You've been quoted as saying, Peekskill rocks. Having moved here not so long ago. Explain that feeling of what is happening here, because everything seems to be really jumping off in one way or another. And I've lived here for 10 years, and I've just kind of started to become more involved with things, and I feel the excitement and I feel the energy that's in this town. So what are you feeling about that? Why does Peekskill rock?
I'm feeling exactly what we've been talking about, and what you can see happening right now is when you get a community of artists together, you get totally original things happening, you get great art, actually. And we all have a connection with New York City, but having such a huge area, extraordinary things happen. But having a small community where you can just pop to somebody's house, you can, like, tomorrow I'll be like, okay, I'll come around at 11, it's just 5 minutes from my door, try this out, and then what about this person? You've got these connections that really, really get powered by a community like Peekskill. So, I think it's got amazing potential, And it's a real feeling of, because places are always kind of in a cycle. You've got going up or going down, and it is going up, and that's a good bandwagon to be on.
That's right.
So
thank goodness.
10 steps forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And I should have prefaced this by, for those of you that don't know Miss Jopling, she's a world-class violinist. Has recently, I guess, in the past 2 years or so, 3 years, moved to Peekskill. You've had tons of performances throughout Peekskill. You're teaching as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
And, just so active in the community. So it's been a real treat to have you come and move here and be amongst us.
Thank you. My honor, my great pleasure.
Terrific. So what are you up to now? And, what's going to be happening with you after Open Studio?
Okay, the next thing is this, I've just kind of spent at least a year getting a band together, creating modern arrangements of classical music, but really hip. I've got these amazing musicians who, in fact, had never played classical music, and to be honest, I don't think many of them even heard it, because they came along and wrote all these arrangements, and somebody came to a rehearsal once and was like, well, the original, and the guy who'd made the arrangement of this classical piece was like, well, no, I haven't heard the original, actually. So I've got these guys who are bringing a really fresh take, which is what I wanted, on classical music, which is fantastic music, but most people don't have it in their upbringing. Most people don't have it in their real emotional connection, kind of music-wise. They don't have it in their world. So this is a way to bring just the wondrous, wondrous music and the sound of the violin and everything that I've been brought up with and I love, to connect it with people who don't know that music. So this album should be out. At the end of June, we're going to have our show in New York City, 28th of June at Dixon Place.
Okay.
It's going to be it'll be the first time we're going to start selling the CD. We're going to do a big launch at some other point a bit later.
The Daisy Jopling Band.
Daisy Jopling Band,
okay.
First album.
Awesome.
So I've been signed to BMG before and made lots of albums with other of my groups, but with my own band, this is the first one.
That sounds really exciting.
So that's great. And then apart from that, I've just got... right after that, I am actually leaving Peekskill for a little while. I'm touring. I'm going to Mexico. I'm going to Italy. I'm going to Austria. So I've got the whole of July. I'm touring basically, but then I'll be back.
That's awesome.
So lots of things happening.
So if Open Studio is going to be encompassing so many different things. Besides seeing all of our lovely faces that weekend, because yes, I will be on the trolley.
Yeah.
I will be roaming the streets. All of that good stuff. We want to talk about a little bit about all of the little practicalities about coming to the event, right? So those things can be found on the site. The Metro North will go and bring you up to Peekskill is where you'd get off.
And the trolley will be making a regular trip there once an hour.
So the trolley's picking people up from the train as well?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's very awesome.
Yes.
That's very convenient because there's tons of parking there by, the train station. Is it free?
Well, the trolley is $1 for a one-way pass, and it's $3 for an all-day pass.
That's amazing.
$3. The last time I did anything for $1, and it sounds a little funny. I didn't mean to make it sound that way. The PATH train was $1 back in the day when I lived in Hoboken.
Wow.
So that's awesome. Well, it wasn't back that far, Daisy. But what can you mean? $1 is beyond reasonable.
That's
amazing.
And that's if you're hopping on, indiscriminately. If you want to do all day pass, then it's the $3.
Right.
Okay, in American money.
And the event is from 12 officially from 12 to 5.
Okay.
You know, but there's going to be a lot of buzzing and running around beforehand, and then afterwards, you know, people are going to unwind and just party. I have a feeling, just really party.
Will they be serving refreshments on the trolley?
Not about. I don't
Kidding.
think so. But you know, we've got the 12 Grapes and
Yeah.
Division Street Grill and all these fantastic restaurants. So many fantastic restaurants.
So let's say I go down there at 1. You know, I think at 1 and 3 they're picking people up, right? So I go down to the gazebo. I get on. What's going to be the first stop that we're going to?
Well, we haven't worked that all out, but I think it's going to go to the Hat Factory and then up to the Hudson Valley Center for Contemporary Art.
Yes.
And those are the 4 stops. It's the train, the downtown, the museum, and the Hat Factory. And then we're going to, you know, keep that loop going.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's totally awesome. So then the schedule hasn't been finalized exactly where it's going to stop. I mean, they're just basically, you know, because you mentioned there's going to be like a guided tour. So the person that's starting the little tour group is going to get off with you and stay at the Hat Factory. And
Well, that's a walking tour.
okay.
That's a walking tour. And it's so much fun because you can walk to like 60, probably about 60 different artists are opening up their doors. They keep coming in. We keep getting more people. I want to do this. So you can walk right to their door and go up to their studios. And then about 13 different galleries / art venues, you know.
So this is, I'm sorry, the Hat Factory?
Well, the Hat Factory is a place in itself, but yes, that's a venue. But also, you know, like the Flatiron Gallery, the Driftwood Gallery, the museum, and then there's places like Division Street Grill has an incredible artist with their work up there. The Bean Runner Cafe,
Yes.
you know, so different places that are already involved have art up already, like the Beale Street Barber Shop. Oh
Right.
my God, that 50s memorabilia and stuff for sale. It's just, you're stepping into another world going in there. I'm so happy they're here.
Is it? Can I just verify this also for the listeners? Is it 12 till 5 Saturday and 12 to 5 Sunday?
Exactly.
Okay, so it's like 2 days.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay, so then
And
there'll
I'm
be.
getting my hair cut by him tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that.
Now that's amazing. There's
Right?
60 different artists, so you'll be able to go to 60 different actual studios.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
In a
that is
you know,
amazing. And to
I mean,
be
a
able.
tiny kind of area.
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be able to speak to the artist and find out what they're working on, to take the time to explore their studio, and you know, if you have any questions, you want to, you know, take anything home with you. I think that's just a marvelous idea.
Yeah.
Totally marvelous idea because, you know, I often on the weekend on a Sunday or something will go and I'll hit the Flatiron, you know. I've gone to the Contemporary Art Museum. It's right down the block from me. And it's a shame that people don't know that this is there.
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
like, what is going on? It's like, that place is awesome.
It is.
They have some great events going on there. They have some wonderful residents, artists in residence from different countries.
Yes.
You know, so it's a terrific way to like just to explore what's going on the art scene. And then, you know, we're going to have this arts and crafts part of it, the performing arts part of it, you know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm
And
looking
you know
forward
what
to
else? Art makes people happy. You know, art makes people joyous and excited about their lives. And, you know, without art, we'd have nothing to read about, nothing to write about. And to bring art into people's lives is a thrill, and it brings them alive. So
It does. It opens up all of our creativity and gives us ideas about everything, even ideas about how you want to do your living room or something. You know,
Yes. You're
Why
so,
not? Like, oh,
you
I
are
have-
so right.
you know,
You're
that
so right.
painting on my wall or on my lamp or something.
And it's healing.
yes.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Yeah. So do you think, I mean, this whole concept, and I want to just make it clear for everyone, because we spoke, you know, prior to the show starting, how there was a little bit of confusion about this whole healing arts part of it and the performing arts part of it being joined with the open studios. So you want to touch on that a little bit?
Well, the healing arts are not part of NIFA's, you know, explanation of what art is. But from what I understand, art is something that's done really well and with care. And you know, what happens at the Healing Arts Center certainly fits into that category. And you know, you can go to the gym. You can do, you know, nothing against gyms, but there's an art to how you live your life, and you know, and what choices that you make.
It's an excellent way to put it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, the choices that you make today, we're starting to go back to a place that's more natural and that's more conducive to the human body, the human spirit. And I think that's what they're offering there at the Energy Movement Center. So there's an art in the way you do this. You can't just pop a pill. You need someone to help you and guide you. So there's skill involved. And that's how I see it anyway. So.
No, absolutely. And there is something, I guess, a move towards things of a more spiritual nature.
Absolutely.
Is it because of the collapse of our political and economic system?
Well, I can answer that.
I'm not sure if I want to say it yet. I mean, I think it's also part of technology being, pushed in our face. And, we're all on those smartphones, we're all on the computer, and we're all wired in, wired out.
Yeah.
And we've lost that connection to ourselves because we're living in this matrix.
It's
If
true.
you think about the movie, I mean, we're living in this make-believe world most of the time.
Pull that thing out. Back.
Yeah, you gotta, exactly. Plug out and come back and find who you are, and in healing yourself. And energy, just like-minded people in a room brings a tremendous amount of energy. And one of the forms of energy healing, Reiki, is about laying hands and moving the energy around, having someone else's energy help spark your own energy to help you heal.
Yeah, and that's what dance does, and music.
Yeah.
And art. And
Exactly.
And I think the collapse, not collapse, but
You know something? I have a tendency sometimes. I mean, certainly don't want to disturb anyone, right?
No.
There's a lot of things wrong that we need to address, and things that need our attention, and we're in a bad spot. And I think it's safe to say that without being the voice of gloom and doom.
No, it's just
because that's certainly
reality.
not what I'm about. But I think a lot of people are displaced, have lost their jobs and homes and things like that, and it's given them other things to concentrate on.
It makes you understand.
It's been an
what's real.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Being unemployed can be an opportunity
Absolutely.
to reinvent
Everything
yourself.
Yeah.
And it's the moment that we connect not just with ourselves but with the earth, which is all the same thing, and that's what we're needed as a human race to do right now. So it's just
Absolutely.
where we're supposed to be.
Just with technology, it can be, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because without technology, then, you've not the ability to just find out something more about someone by getting onto their website or looking them up, because it's opened the world now.
Yeah.
We're all connected in a very positive way.
Yeah.
So, we're going to be winding down now. I want everyone to give me their information about how people can reach you, your website, and anything else you'd like to throw out there to the Living Arts community.
Okay.
Maureen.
Start with me. Well, I just would like to say too what you were saying, that I think right now, as people are trying to rediscover what's really important, what's real and really important, and people losing their jobs, we're on a level playing field. A lot of people now, and I think the arts always seem to burst forth because people need to express, how do we feel about this and what is important now. But you can find out about this event by going to the Peekskill Arts Alliance and .com, and also the Facebook page. Did I mention it's going viral?
Yes. The power of suggestion.
It's so much fun because we have the participating artists' faces on there, and the different venues are up there. I'm putting in a thing just for Peekskill, fun, beautiful places in Peekskill.
That's
get to
lovely.
that. So you go there, and my number's on all the press releases, so you can call me. Do I
So
have
if you're
to
on a
say-
date, hot chick,
Yeah.
Keep it clean.
Okay.
When you contact Miss Winzig.
There you go.
Yep. So, Darby, so how are we going to get in touch with you and find out more information about what's going on for Open Studios?
Okay, you can come to our website, energymovementcenter.com. We also have a Facebook page, Energy Movement Center on Facebook. And we're connected to Open Studios, and we'll have a list of events very soon, before the end of the week.
Yes.
And
Right.
yeah.
Well, that's terrific. And
I have a
Miss-
quick question for you. Are we going to kind of arrive at the gazebo, get this brochure, be able to see like a tiny little bit about every artist, because I'm thinking if you have 60 choices, you might want to kind of look in the brochure and say, that looks amazing. Okay, how do I get there?
It's all going to be there.
Yeah, that'll be perfect.
It is, and our
God, it's
guides,
sorted, man.
Yeah, and our guides and tours and whatever, our volunteers are going to help
Fantastic.
them.
You know, very quickly, if someone wanted to jump in on this and they've not already been in touch with you, or they have a business of some kind, you know, should they contact you through those avenues that you've mentioned?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
and volunteers, you know, are you looking for volunteers as well?
I think we're doing good with the volunteers. We're getting the Peekskill Youth Bureau involved.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're gonna help hand things out, and
Fantastic.
it is fantastic. They're a great bunch over there.
What about any kind of sponsorships? Like, are you looking for sponsorships and then they have, I don't know, some kind of visibility on your materials?
Yes,
or is that
on the addendum, because people are still giving us money. We just got Tony Quest just brought another check today.
Wow.
Yes.
I long to have that problem.
Yeah, Scott Camera is chipping in. So
Great.
inside of your, 11 by 17 beautiful brochure that has inside of it a map, artists' names that signed up early, already listed, and then the other artists that came on, afterwards, after the first printing, will be on the addendum inside.
So quickly, Daisy, tell us how we can reach you.
Go to my website, daisyjopling.com, and come out to this event. I'm excited. I'm much more excited after hanging out with these girls, and finding out more about it. It's going to be just really, really fabulous. Yeah. I look forward to seeing you.
So I want to thank everyone for showing up tonight. Thank you for coming to the
you.
show. I'm
Having
so
us.
excited about coming to Open Studios. It's going to be a lovely weekend.
Yes.
Please come out. It's not just about, Peekskill. We have, please, all over the Westchester area, come and see us. Thank you for supporting me and the show. Visit us on YouTube. I want to thank my lovely crew and everyone that helps me get this on the air.
Great, guys.
Have an awesome time and tune in next time. Peace.